besides PI, do you practice anything else, or just personal injury?
PI.
Strictly that.
Strictly
and do you do anything as far as like workplace PI, as far as slip and falls or anything like that? Or
workplace is workers' comp, so that's a totally different beast. But as far as trip and fall, slip and falls, yeah, that's part of the personal injury, right?
Okay.
Workman's comp is fascinating.
Very liberal.
But I have to admit it. You're a good friend of the show. Known you for a long time. Not only friend of the show, friend. But man, I think attorneys are one of the reasons why things are so expensive.
Are they? Are we?
Of course. Lawsuit against, let's say, whatever, Walmart, Johnson & Johnson, Amazon. Next thing you know, lawsuit's paid out, and then you're paying, 80 cents more for a toothpaste or $2 more for it.
Why was there a lawsuit? Let's start from there.
Why was there a lawsuit?
Someone screwed up. Someone got hurt.
Yeah, not necessarily. Not always.
Absolutely necessary.
Not always. You think it's...
Yeah. Someone screwed up. Someone got hurt. Pay up.
I don't know.
That's the simplest way you can put it.
Try to argue that. You can't.
No. I mean, if you ask me, I
warning labels, caution labels.
Okay, like that McDonald's situation, right? Remember years ago, the coffee. Right. She spills coffee on herself.
Precedence for the Starbucks situation, right?
But warning hot, like okay, you're buying hot coffee. Did you think it's going to be cool or iced or?
But it was too hot.
That was like really dramatic of a difference. Like they downplayed that major.
Who did?
Like the media and whatnot. It was like extremely hot. Ask Arman. The case was definitely
like it was that extreme where it was
like lava hot.
You should have seen the pictures of her legs and everything. It was like disgusting. It was really bad.
Granted, when this lawsuit occurred, I was in law school. Where was it, in the 90s? When was this?
Yeah, 90s.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Early.
Yeah. So, but we know about it, and it was just too hot. That's it. It shouldn't be that hot.
Look, for example,
someone screwed up. Someone got hurt.
For instance, like at a senior living facility, right? One of the first things when an inspector comes out, they check is the temperature of the water. Because they have a range. I forget what the range was.
Are you talking about like hot water showers and hands?
Showers and the sink, everything.
Right.
They'll put a temperature gauge, and it has to be within, don't quote me, I think it was between 102 and 107 or whatever that it was. But that's one of the first things they check, is because obviously they don't want you to burn any of the seniors, whether it's accidentally putting on the hottest, water while they're showering or while they're washing their hands or face. But I guess to me, when you're ordering coffee, you expect it's going to be, regardless of how hot it is, whether it's 120 or 140, you're still going to burn yourself if it spills over you. But it costs for everybody else to have to put a warning label on it.
Someone screwed up.
That's
it. That's the theme.
So simple. Someone screwed up. Somebody got paid.
Yeah, we're gonna change the title from "Somebody screwed up, somebody's got to pay." But let me ask you this, and this is somewhat of a controversial question. Do you think that the rate of insurance going up is because of all the accidents that are taking place and all the lawsuits that are taking place and all the money these insurance companies are paying out? I mean, what do you think that's the leading cause of it?
The leading cause for the insurance companies to hike up their rates, especially now, ever since COVID, the Department of Insurance blocked insurance companies from raising their rates. Insurance companies always raise their rates. We just didn't notice it because it was very incremental.
Yeah.
It was small. You go, okay, it's part of it, But since they didn't do it for like 3-4 years, and then all of a sudden, they didn't do it for 3-4 years, all of a sudden, they had this huge spike, and it's noticeable. So that's why it went up now. But, I mean, as far as the amount of claims goes, I mean, no.
And you have to keep in mind, when insurance companies raise their rates, they can't just raise it at their own discretion.
Didn't they do that last year with a lot of people?
No. You have to submit it.
Regulated with the Department of Insurance.
You have to submit it to the commission, the insurance commissioner. The Department of Insurance approves your increase. and then you could increase it. You
Okay.
can't just decide, okay, this year, we had a board meeting and we decided we're going to increase it by 18%. It has to be proved.
Okay, I'm curious. Anybody who's in the comments right now, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Twitter, to comment how much your insurance rates went up last year, because everybody's went up like crazy. Where people were scrambling left and right to figure out, shit, where can I get coverage? Whether it was for their auto, for their home, whether they were trying to bundle it up. I'm curious because, dude, mine went up from 2 drivers, 2 cars. We were paying like $4,000 a year. It shot up to like $8,000. That's double.
It also matters, what type of insurance you have and who your agent is. That plays a big role. So,
How does the agent play a role?
how they set everything up. So
That I think that used to matter.
It matters.
I don't know if it still matters.
It matters.
We got one from Levik. My
homeowner's insurance went up from $1,000 to $1,300 in 1 year, and in Idaho. I asked why. They said, well, the fire in Cali and the floods in Florida is the cause. What? Aren't insurance companies based off of state regulations? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's the
Well, there's a war in Ukraine going on, so we're gonna have to
the
hike up your
insurance board is per state. But if the company, let's say State Farm, has policies California, Idaho, Florida, if they're losing money in one area, they have to balance it out.
Makes sense. So if one person is losing here, everybody bites the bullet for it.
To maybe not to the same extent as maybe they increased it in Florida, but they still have to in order to again keep the shareholders
Yeah, but
happy.
Levik's wasn't even a lot. It was from 1,000 to 1,300.
It's 30%. It doesn't seem a lot, but that's 30%. That's like yours going from 5,000 to 6,500. That's it's 30% is 30%. They never increase it.
Just like everything increases. How can you expect them not to increase either?
Yeah, but the cost of living in Cali has become ridiculous, man. Everything is so expensive.
But it's not only the prices going up. What they're also doing is homeowners, even some auto insurance companies won't. You have to pay the first 6 months up front, and then the next 6 months. Well, this is for homeowners. Then for your second payment is due within 30 days. You can't even do like a 10-month payment plan with some of these carriers.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about the topic to make a comment. Yeah. I'm not an insurance broker.
Plus, back in the day, because 20-some years ago, I used to be an insurance agent with AAA. So that's why I remembered, like, for example, back then, I used to have clients who would come to me and they had, let's say, Mercedes and, Porsche, whatever they had. Like, whoa, this is expensive. I'm like, okay, yeah, it is. But go buy $1,000 car. Mm-hmm. Just get the liability. And that will reduce your annual premium tremendously because we can put that as your primary.
Well, see, that's where the agent matters.
That no longer works.
It works.
No, I'm telling you, I used to do that. Now, when I call the insurance providers myself directly, I'm like, okay, I want to switch this to this. They're like, yeah, still $5,000. How about if we switch it like this? Yeah, it's still fine. Like, so nothing matters except the mileage. You're like, yeah, no.
And deductibles matter too.
Yeah,
yeah. Increase it.
Yeah, the deductibles matter. But back then, you could add one cheap car, just get liability on it, and it would completely change your premium. But now they've figured out, okay, this is why you have this $1,000 car. Mm-hmm. We're going to charge you the same amount.
I'm curious why they're going through with a fine comb with insurances nowadays. Just curious why.
Well, look at the body shops. Look how packed they are. Jeez.